Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to XDF, the 2024 year in review. It's been a phenomenal year this year, and yeah, thank you to everyone who has been part of it. Ignore the text on screen, it's not happening. Yeah, we've had some absolutely incredible world records. There we go. So, let's go through who's had the most. This is the list of records for the entire year. We had Riffo with 188 world records, a massive number, and that's both across relaxed running and hardcore parkour sort of things. Absolutely fantastic. Source up second, Amino in third, pretty much entirely on HP there. Woe just one behind in fourth. Cool smashing it with 136, equal to Goblin, who came on for actual sort of regular season rather than just XDWC within the last year. JH just down there, Vert, Amnesia, Astu, Shiro, Mac, Straight, Akamoli, Nero, Shinx, Nature, Malice, Mui, Uchi, FaZe, Op3, 5e, that is Zad, the little mole, Banano, Ninja, Infinity, True, TQ. I really need to remember how to do that. I think it's WHT though. Plaza, Frosty, 2, Ferius, Cabler, Rainbow Shadow, Jaska, Silney, Paul, Riona, Gibbs, Des, Inside, Brain Fluid, Ecas, Kota, Knight, Fran, Radio, Padviz, it's the only way I know how to call it. Looks like the Trackmania Padviz plugin. Snow, Mizo, Serpent, me, Woodjizzer, XT, Ecstasy, I think, Azzy, A, Advertising A, Chizra, Fionki, Killer, Moon, Pakistan, ThinkPad, Robotic, Wind, Zilligan, Ambi, Butter, Deadfast, Bondanza, Jonah, Juhu, Lamvilla, Lundra, Morrow, Pot Hunter, which I think is Dizzy because of a breakdown, Polly, Prof. I have no idea who that is because I cut it off, so sorry for having too many names. Rue, Slick, Solvi, Cos, and Tyrion Lannister. 2,174 records this year. Absolutely incredible. Thank you to everyone who has set a record this year. It's been a phenomenal year. Really, really good records. And yeah, we now have a little bit of an award show. Here's some more. Don't know how many videos. 1,006 unique maps. That's broken because FaZe has a weird thing in his name and I couldn't be bothered to fix it. But it's about 83 players. Yeah, 2,174 total records. Absolutely mad. So, the awards show. Who is going to take it? The Madmin of the Year award. All of these are chosen by me. Please recommend some next year. Nobody ever does. Madmin of the Year. A special category for the best admin that we have. And of course, I think there is nobody else it could possibly go to other than Des. Congratulations, sir. Thank you very, very much for everything you do. Always helping people, always doing stuff. Saved this stream with Morrow having to move house and the videos not quite coming out and the stats not being able to be done. Des made that work. He helped me get the videos. This thing wouldn't work without Des, even though I've had more time this year to do this sort of stuff. Des has made it run better. That means that I can do it without thinking. So thank you very much, Des. XWC would not have worked either without Des. Next up, the Chatter of the Year, the Meme Award. These are just in whatever order the things came through in, which I don't know how it's ordered because it's somehow managed to keep everything in order, I think. But yeah, Chatter of the Year. This is for someone who basically didn't play the game. Last year it was goated, not playing the game but chatting shit all the time. Goated, been missing for the last year, so, you know, can't win it this year. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to V. Yeah. Don't see him much actually playing. Do see him AFK and chatting. There was some tough competition, especially from Moon, but I felt like Moon plays the actual game, unfortunately, so couldn't be eligible for Chatter of the Year. Community Member of the Year. This last year was won by Des, but I had to put him in the admin because he needed it. But this is someone who, like always, is just helping people and always online and always around, and you know, if you ask them questions, or even if you don't ask them questions, they're going to try and help you. And that is going to go to Cool, because Cool this year has spent a lot of time telling people, helping them to get the world records, and like, he bigged me up saying that I could definitely get a world record, and a week later I got a world record. So yeah, Cool's been on helping with mapping as well. Anyone who's needed help with mapping, he's been helping. He's, yeah, setting records without having his account online, so there's a lot more records than are probably listed to his name. But yeah, always helping people. What we got next? Grinder of the Year. So this was a tough one to decide what the sort of criteria I was thinking about was, but I decided to give it to 522 for completing every single possible map on Relax Running at the time in June, I think it was. Because that was an incredible achievement, to do some of those maps that were just absolute bullshit, but to go through systematically and get every single map completed, absolutely mad. I've sort of tried to do it, but it's way more difficult than you'd possibly think that it would be. So a massive grind there from 5e to get all of those maps completed. The Hardcore Parkourer of the Year, specific to HP, who possibly the most records set, possibly just sort of a lot of grinding, and it goes to Amino for pretty much entirely playing on HP and setting some incredible records, and always playing, for the most part, like real HP maps, you know, rather than just longer maps. Yes, this is just a PowerPoint. There will be records later. This is just the boring PowerPoint, because I want to say thank you to all the people who play. Yeah, Amino, absolutely incredible. Next up, the Mapper of the Year. I can't even remember who I put this one down as. Yeah, who made maps? Oh, Kota. Yes, I remember why now. Kota has been making incredible maps that are incredibly weird. It's purely OBS. You can do a spreadsheet within OBS. So it's a load of pictures put into a slideshow in OBS. Yeah, so Kota has been doing really strange maps and stuff that can only be done in Xonotic, and stuff that's just really fun and weird. And it's not competitive always, but it just makes the game fun to play. You know, we have 1,000 strafe maps of varying lengths. We've got hundreds of rocket maps. But very, very rarely does somebody put a really weird teleporter into warp zone and you've got to shoot the button, and some of these maps could be labelled as RPG maps. They're really, really good. There's the Kota name I can't pronounce, which will come up later. Incredible map. Done beautifully by Amino. Absolutely brilliant map. I really enjoyed playing it, even though I'm terrible at finding routes and stuff like that. The Morosophos of the Year award, that one goes to Morrow. Thank you, Morrow, for setting up the servers, running the servers. Lots gone on for that man this year. Thank you for keeping the servers running and everything you do. XWC, XDF records, uploading the videos for us to watch. Thank you very, very much. So appreciated. And if you want the servers to continue running, please consider, if you've got some spare money, donate them to the servers. The link's in the Discord, or if you ask me, I can send it to you if you don't use Discord. Next over, most world records of the year. We've already seen this one. It's Riffo. 188 world records, an incredible number. Across HP and RR, there's no way that well, it's a complete stat-based one, but he was playing so much across both of those, taking records, fighting for getting records back as well. And that might not result in the most videos, but as long as a record stands at when the map ends, it comes back. So the video has to stay as the record until Morrow gets round to uploading it, but a record can be set multiple times, and Riffo will go back and beat his own records, which is something you don't always see in basically any game. A lot of people don't go back and beat their own records sort of on a different day. You'll grind as hard as you can on one day, but then you might not go back the next day. So yeah. And finally, Relaxed Runner of the Year. This is the same sort of thing as HP, but for someone who's played primarily on the RR servers, and that one is going to go to Asdu. He's pushed some of the best players to get even better. He's pushed himself to get better. He's got a phenomenal amount of world records purely on the RR server. And yeah, that one goes to him. So thank you to everybody. Next year, send in some recommendations. Try and big yourselves up if you want to win some of these. They're just silly awards. But yeah, it's been a phenomenal year. Thank you for watching. If you're going to dip after just this section, then please don't. Please stay around, because we are now going to do the December records, just the normal December records show. And let's jump into that. So yeah, December 2024, we had quite a few records. We've got Shinx for 24, then Amnesia, Woe, Asju, Riffo, Amino, Vert, Goblin, Straight, JH, Akamali, Rainbow, 2, Snow, yeah, that's Snow, Cool, Gibbs, Uchi, Woot, Kabla, Killer, Nero, Radio, A, Banano, Butter, Kota, Malice, Frosty, me, and Mui. 185 records this month. Turn you off and you on. And this one, there we go. 185 records, 90 videos, 130 unique maps, and 30 unique players. Absolutely brilliant. On the Relaxed Running side, we had no change up in the top 6. Woe absolutely grinding last month for +2, overtaking Mui and Zad. Asju jumping up 2 places as well. Nero drops down to JH, keeps his place however. Nature up 1, swapping with Deadfast. Shinx absolutely bringing it up. I mean, he played enough maps to really fill completely. It's about 200 maps that you're completely full, which makes Goblins 130 maps and 1,700 score. Absolutely incredible, because he could still gain score just by playing more maps. So yeah, absolutely mad. TQ up where he is with that many maps played, absolutely mad as well. Sulfur drops 1 for that. Straight up 1. Ashinuchi down 2. Over on HP, you got Riffo keeping it up at the top. No change until you get down to Knight, who's gained 2 places. Juhu drops and OP drop 1, and everybody else stays the same. Banano gains 11.8 points. Doesn't gain a place from it, but that 11.8 points is what we're going to get into right away as we slide straight into the records. Here we are. R7 Climb World has been taken by Banano. An absolutely incredible run. 15 minutes, 39 seconds, 0.55. That is primarily where all those HP points came from. Beating Juhu. So here we go with this run. I was vaguely there when it was set live. I don't remember any of it. So we'll see how, see how the record was set. If you're still here, Banano, and you've got any sort of introductions, any comments on the run, would be much useful, because I have got here and then fallen, and that is as far as I have got. on Climb World. Oh no, I got to the brown bits one time. It's as far as I've got it this year. Last year. The year that we're talking about, 2024. I was going to do a New Year's run of this, but everything went to hell on New Year's for me. So yeah, Banano was playing on this with collision boxes on while he was playing, so you see sometimes you can't see where the pads are. But if you've watched me play live, you'll see that I've got cell shading around me. And Banano was playing with cell shading on and collision boxes so that you can see these bits, and like on these walls here, you can't see these in quite a lot of places. I know he said that Juhu's run wasn't perfect. It had quite a few like major fails and restarts at the end of sections. So it was definitely a beatable time, but it was a very solid time. And it took quite a few runs to get it. You've got to know what you're doing, and you've got to be able to do it consistently. And towards the end, you've got to do some very tricky bits under pressure. So I think it's yeah, it's very impressive. For anyone who's ever played this, if you played it in a different game or you've played B-Hop, you might think, oh, these look sort of easy to hit. These pads are quite big compared to some of the ones that B-Hoppers will hit. Xonotic, DeFrag is a lot more floaty in Quake 3 than Source Movement is, but Xonotic is like being on ice compared to that. It's absolutely incredible that you can be precise in this game. And then just balancing the measures, and if you just hold W, which is a good way to, you know, just turn, you can turn just holding W, you'll consistently gain speed. So you have to modulate your speed after that as well. Just going for all of these, you know, it's difficult enough to go through these, but to go through it this fast is just so impressive. You can see that he's had a bit of a better run, you know, only 10 seconds behind, and we're 3 minutes in. But it's well more than make-upable, that sort of difference. So up we go in the red section. I'm going to pull this up and have a... Oh, we won't have it. Let me see. Do we have it? XDF R7 Climb World. So, checkpoints. Oh, of course, we're not going to have the splits because Juhu's run was done before splits were added. When did 5e do a run? Oh, 6 months ago. Fair enough. Yeah, we do have the checkpoints. So this beats Juhu's run by only 7 seconds across a 15-minute run. And Juhu beat Viz by about 20 seconds. So it's a very long track, but actually, you know, add up all the failures and gains, and there's not much in it. And I think that's because people don't want to push again. You know, you're happy enough. Sorry, that one really snuck up on me. You're happy enough with the record, and pushing it further seems kind of difficult. You know, you could get this record in an hour once you're ready to take the record. You know, you could get this record in an hour, or it could take a week. In October, I think, Clouder in Quake 1 went for the world record on Nightmare any percent. And it's such an RNG based run, and he was ready. He had all the splits, all the segments, everything added up to the fact that, you know, even on a casual sort of pace on the splits, he would be taking the world record. And it just came down, it could be one run, it could be 3 weeks, it could be a year of doing runs, and he got it in a day. And then he just went, I don't want to go again because I could, I could definitely improve that, but it's so difficult to do so. Yeah, this is one of the sections. So the section with the stairs just before, apparently incredibly random. I can see why. This game is obviously built for Quake 3 and double jumps. So yeah, it would be incredibly random. With our kind of, do you get flung off the top or not? That green section's definitely when you need the collision brushes on. That last green section. Yeah. Here's some even more random ones. Because 3 will fling you, 2 won't, 2.5 might, depending on how big your half is. So yeah, you can see how there's time to be gained, but you can definitely see how it's going to be difficult to gain the time. And yeah, you could fling through this. Could you could fling through it faster, but you got to be safe. You got to think about how much time there is to lose from messing it up, and compare that to how much time there is to gain, which is not a lot. And just doing it clean is better. I do hope one day maybe we do see enough of a grind and enough of a battle on these sorts of maps that some of these things do come in. Some of these ridiculous things that you think, I'll never do that. And that people do put them in, but it would really take a back and forth for that to happen. And a back and forth that doesn't span a year or so. When did Juhu set the record? 3 years ago Juhu set the record. And that was... V's set his record just after Juhu set the record. A couple of weeks after. So yeah, in December 9th, 2021. And then December 6th, 2024. So 3 days off of 3 years that record stood for. And multiple people gave it a go and either gave up because they just couldn't put the grind in, or couldn't do it, weren't able to get the record, then they were just happy with the finish. I would be over the moon with a finish. Through these Quidditch rings. Oh no. Disastrous fall there. But that's the thing, like I said earlier, this is the sort of track where you can get away with those sort of massive falls because you know that they exist elsewhere. And cleaning them up would be nearly impossible to get a fully clean run on a track like this. I would like to see what a task could do on this. I wonder if there is one. Quickly look. 7 dash climb world Whiz boy. If you search for R7 Climb World Whizbot, the first thing that comes up is this run that we're watching now. Any rings on sticks just look like Quidditch rings to me. But at the same time, Quidditch rings is just what happens if rugby was round and there were 3 at either end of the pitch, which I can see why you might even think that there's 3 at the end of the pitch, because looking at a rugby pitch at a school from a classroom, and if the rugby pitch is far enough away, 3 rugby pitches look like the size of 1 pitch, because those rugby goals are massive. If you think that that a goal is about the size of a football goal, and then you see a rugby goal and think it's the size of a football goal but like extends upwards, then I can see how you'd think that 1 pitch is just a lot, have a small far away problem. Did you use R_ambient changes through this map, Banano? because some of these rooms feel like the right brightness. Some of them feel a bit too bright. Morrow's setup is obviously, it works for pretty much every map, but like the outside section's almost used too... Oh, full bright with directed off. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that bit. Yeah. Because I had to do it on... I think it was I Wanna Be the Decree. There's one room that's ridiculously bright, and then I got to another room and had to turn the brightness up because it was super dark. Like up from my baseline of about 20. These are such good jumps. Like, you're just perfectly making it and hoping that you get the snap up. And you've got to time the W and up to get a full speed as much as you can, and jump after, because otherwise you won't be going fast enough. Ah, yeah, so when you flick around like that, it hurts to look at. But I guess it gives you good contrast with something like this, being able to tell where these side walls that just to this stream look, and probably even more to you with slightly lower quality, just look the same as the wall. But yeah. Oh, nicely done. Taking shortcuts. Taking shortcuts. Pillars are hard in this game for the same reason, you know, for the everything's ice physics I mentioned earlier. Pillars are just incredibly hard, and if you weren't able to see them, you'd be done for. Oh, that's so good. That's beautiful. This is such a good record. Yeah, it's a very little sense of distance because it's pretty much monochrome, Banano says. Which, yeah, very much. I mean, well, there's bugger all in this room in terms of visibility. Yeah. You might have been able to see it in your run with your settings, you know, with cell shaded outlines on and that sort of thing, but yeah, a little bit of compression artifacting and the lovely double compression. I've got to say, I'm so glad I realised I could download all of the videos and didn't have to watch them on YouTube. So good. It's incredible remembering this, because I think even if you did it perfectly, it's got to be 10 minutes worth of jumps. And just to remember pretty much where you're going all the time, I always think it's incredible. Like I can barely remember tracks that I'm playing at the time and things that are very obvious, you know. When I play Quake speedruns, I barely know the route that I'm gonna take. Like I kind of know which room to go in next, and that's about it. And it's more of a, I need the rocket launcher now. Where do I get the rocket launcher from? Oh, that's a bad fall. That is an unfortunate bad fall. If you're watching this and thinking, I could beat that, you know, these jumps don't look too hard, and you know, there's been a few like serious minute-long falls in this. Go on then. January records are waiting. I'll watch it. R7 Climb World and all of the sections of R7 Climb World are, of course, things that I will automatically select to be watched at the top of the hour. And there it is, an absolutely phenomenal finish right there. Brilliant run from Bonanno. Very, very incredible. Woof! Hit the ring platforms below. I hope you're remembering that the last one is red compared to the others with show collision brushes. That's insane that you have to remember that sort of thing. Massive. Anyway, into the rest of the records for the month. Next up, we have my new track, as promised last week, and my record, which... Oh, this isn't the one that exactly ties the AT. So I joined the track and exactly tied my author time in like 10 minutes. Then I managed to get this world record. This track is available, and there will be another track coming soon, which is built. I just need to polish it and release it. I burned out slightly on Xonotic after building this and all of XDWC and everything around that. So yeah, this isn't the cleanest, and we'll see some slightly better runs on this later in the month. But I wanted to show my version of the run. If you've got any records that you want to see be put up, yeah, let me know. This is the Kota map I talked about when I said Kota's amazing tracks. You have to play an RPG to unlock that, which pulls down that lever, which opens the thing. You talk to these people to find out what to do, the stick figures. And they'll tell you what to do. And obviously, you know, Amino knows what to do because he'll have talked to them the whole way. There's a map just before you go in. These buttons on the floor don't really show you where to go. But there is a map to find the truth. And then you come through here. You have to find this black back room. Now you get a jetpack from there. These guys will tell you about the jetpack. Still difficult to find. And you blast off all the way up. The waypoint is there to show Amino where to stop, so that you can take off with the jetpack and go up. Incredible map. That's why, that sort of thing is why Kota won Mapper of the Year for me. This is incredible run, as you promised it to me, DFWC 2017-6. He promised me last month that he'd give thee this record, and here it is, a 43.86. Absolutely beautiful run down here. This is absolutely a World Championship style run. And phenomenally into the finish. It was a great world record. The 2021-3 from DeFrag World Cup. I played this one. This was my first DeFrag World Cup. Yeah. Riffo taking on this one. Unfortunately, you wouldn't normally have the rocket launcher, but, you know, bad porting and all that we get from Xonotic. You can hit those cones, they are solid. The DeFrag run surfs these walls to get around the corner faster. And then down through here, double stack up and straight into the finish. Great run from Riffo. Not quite the same level as the previous one, but yeah. Here is where we're into the new tracks with Kota Simple 1. This is from Kota wanting to make more normal tracks and, like, he said good tracks, but I think that his other tracks are good. They're just weird and silly, and that's good in its own way. But these are pretty good just for standard sort of It Happens tracks, the Kota Simple series. More from VP as well. He was in the shout for Mapper of the Year for just the volume of decent stuff that's been released and some absolute corkers. Not sure who made Jubble. We do sometimes get older maps coming in. Dodgy finish that. JH on bike track. This is the fastest way to do it. You get 3 shots with the Crylink. Then coming up here, you've got to take it. Oh, that's incredible. Doesn't need the 2 to bring him back down. Beautiful jump here. Over the death trap. Little block. Little bonk on the wall. Oh, and he's going up the slightly steeper ramp. Interesting. Might just keep enough speed. And misses the last rocket as well. Oh, he can definitely go faster than that. I hadn't actually properly watched that one. Cos Likey, a map Cos ported from Quake 3 as a way to figure out how Xonotic mapping kind of works and any of the changes between Q3 and Xonotic. It's a good track. And at the end here, you fling it round and you get the velocity pad and get up. And the finish is right under the start. It's a pretty good map. Nice one from Amnesia there. The second Code Simple map, Goblin taking this one. I like this track. I haven't played Code Simple 1, but I like Code Simple 2. It's sort of mirrored, but not quite, so there is going to be a faster route. But, ooh, that's mad, doing that shortcut up to the top. You must have absolutely bonkers speed to get that one. This one, XWC first half of 24-4. With a flashing /say in the corner. This is JH taking this one the way that he intended for the route to be. Which, yeah. So this is the intended route. Is the finish? Ah, the finish is with the teleporter. Okay. I did think, is the finish with the teleporter? So that means that the slick is probably still faster. Woe taking the second route. Effectively just the fastest practice teleporter from the XWC map. Seems a lot brighter on these. Very, very nicely done. That was such a good map. Such a good XWC map. I'm really happy with my time on that one. Rico Long One fixed route. I think there's another one of these as well. Rico Long One fixed route underscore something else. But yeah, there was an absolutely enormous shortcut at first, and it could be completed in about 15 seconds. But now it's a little bit longer, and you do have to take a bit of a longer route. Rico was also in the running for Mapper of the Year, especially for some of the weirder maps and more kind of, it's weird but you can find a normal way to play it kinds of maps, which are fun to figure out. They're fun to figure out and not look at the world record first and not see what people are doing. And sometimes you've got to figure them out anyway, because the world record might just be something absolutely insane. There's generally quite a lot of shortcuts and that sort of thing. I believe that's the end of the new maps as well though. So these are just your regular types of records now. Schlimp from Vert wasn't able to get the sub 7 on this one. But a phenomenal record nonetheless. Another Kota Simple 1 run by Malice. Pretty good run. I don't believe the record got improved too much between that and the one that we saw, actually. I have one of these bottles, or I think it's from a different year, actually, because it doesn't have the black bottom. It's a different, but I have a Lotto Sudal bottle. Bidon. Anyway, Moko Seuss Gourd. One of the trashiest of trash maps. It's impressively routed though, I mean, try to control where you're going to land at these sorts of speeds and catching the down ramps every time. Really impressive, and still strafing as well, which is pretty difficult. There it is. HP of the year as well. AO1 race. I have been playing a bit of Trackmania while I've been burned out, so I haven't played much of this track because I have the author time and I just don't care. But it's quite funny how the route's the same. The route is the same. You do a little trick at the start and then you get as close to there as possible and effectively speed drift because Goblin's just taken that first corner without stopping strafing, which it feels like a speed drift. Then that's Taz to hit that and then send it straight into the finish. Absolutely mad from Goblin. And I do find it quite funny how it's basically the same track. Bug 82. This is a well-ground record. Hey Kota. I'm going to pause for a second on the records and go back to there and no, there and there and be there in a second. There we go. Congratulations on Mapper of the Year, Kota. I gave it to you for the crazy maps. The crazy maps that are just fun, and the RPG, and the one that I can't pronounce, the newest one that's not the simples. I think the Gula one. There we go. Riffo, the most world records of the era. Taking some more. I think he's quit Xonotic now again. I'm sure he'll be back. This is such a good map. The fact that Ash came out with 8 or 9 of these Ash Remington maps, and they all are like at least XUWC quality. Absolutely nutty. Okay, slick ramps, not XUWC quality, but you know, it's fine. They don't seem to bug too much, actually, those ones. I need to get the map file for this and see how Ash has done slick, because I want to do a full slick map for next year for XUWC. So I want, if I can do ramps, if there is a better way to do ramps that don't bug so much, could be good. Rainbow, who is currently playing Football Manager, so we are all glad that he's finally seemingly recovered from the disease that is League of Legends. Oh, is it still just as buggy? Okay, never mind then. They didn't seem as buggy as like most of them. Most of the time you see a slick ramp and you'll die 50-50. But they didn't seem too bad. I think my backup plan is, well, the realistic plan I think is there are no ramps. It's just going to be velocity pads, or if there are ramps, they won't be slick, they'll just be for gaining the height. So it'll either be ramps or stair jumps, and it'll just be jump before. Because the last thing you want to do in XWC is be grinding for slick bug happiness. Ooh, shortcut. Jump, just keep going full speed and jump straight in there. I can see it being faster actually. So I doubt you'd be able to keep 600 for at least, well, you probably can, but not very easily. Ooh, that was nice. A little bit of a wall strafe as well. Now, does he do... No. Interesting. So the first Malice record on this, it wasn't too clean at the start, just for the, you know, the first half. But the back half was really good. And that finish, he just went straight into the finish, jumped off of the slick and straight across. Amnesia's had 2 records since then, I think. Or either Amnesia has, or 2 people have had records, because there was another one last month. And it... both of them have smashed into the back wall and then gone into the finish, rather than flicking off the slick. This is a cool map. I love the like toy box it looks like to me. Oh yeah, also cool. Where are we? Not that one. No, that one. There we go. Thank you for helping everyone and like / telling and helping people set records this year. I very much appreciate your help with me getting a world record. So thank you. Onwards. Dude, I don't even care about... I care so little about this map that I'm going to just jump. You played largely without a name this year, and yet still are 5th in the overall world record rankings. You've got the same number as Goblin. Absolutely not washed up. Yeah, Goblin played like 4 months and still is number 1. But you're the reason he's number 1. And I don't know if you saw last month's one, I asked Goblin, can you please set a record in November because you've taken, you know, you had it. And he said, nah, can't be bothered, just show a cool record, since you were the one who set the record to take Source's record to give Goblin the number 1 rather than Goblin getting it by improving his own runs. Straight. If there was a slick award, it'd be going to straight, for sure. This is a terrible map for slick bugs because that last jump, you either do what straight just did, which is get an insane amount of speed and launch yourself, or you have to go straight up the ramp and hope you don't get a slick bug. I'm going to go back to the start of that one. Where's my mouse? How close did Vert just get to hitting the... He must have been absolutely less than a unit away from hitting that start trigger on the pre-jump. Still a slapper though. Why is this one just called Butterscotch? Oh. There's a map called VP Butterscotch, which is extremely similar to this. I assume that it was much inspired. Yeah, we don't talk about the names of the maps sometimes. We don't talk about them. $11.11. Very nice time. I'm always impressed how often that record gets beaten. It seems to pop up every couple of months, the Apples one. I think it's worth a lot of points because everybody's so tight on it that it's probably worth a lot of points. In fact, I'm going to check. stf.gg/maps/ I don't have it saved and I can't remember the name. Whoa. Is it in his top maps? It's not. I would have thought a short map like that, which is pretty competitive and gets beaten quite often, would be one of the top maps, but it's not in WoW's top 20. Oh, let's just show the name. Apple Cube Field, that's it, okay. It's 1,500 points. It's not too bad, but it's not insane like the 2,000s that you get. But yeah, seems like a new world record every 2 to 3 months. There's been 3 this year. God, it's been a long time since there was last a world record before that though, so the player base. Yeah, it was dizzy 3 years ago until this year. So, and that's pretty much the only time there's even been challenges is this year. Since then. Pentaralco, this one's got good points. This is WoW's second best with 1,600 points. Oh, so actually Apple Cube Field's probably like the next one, like the 21st or 22nd of WoW's points, to be fair. Because his 20th map is worth 1,599 and that's worth 1,564. Pentaralco is 1,697. The point system is very confusing. But oh, Vertground, so hard to get this record, and I think he might have even improved it since as well. These records stop at Christmas, by the way, so I kind of left in, didn't bother figuring out which records to take since New Year and add them into the playlist. It was just easier because we had the awards show and everything just to run it that way. So if there's going to be some big missing records, and we'll be back to normal in February probably, it'll be fine. There's still great records. But yeah, I think Vert improved that since as well, because he was grinding it. I tried, I couldn't beat my time. I'm rusty. I need to get back into it. If anybody is still watching this far on the video, if you would enjoy me doing edited down grinds, like take an hour and a half or something of a proper grind and editing it down to something shorter possibly, let me know, because I'm not sure whether to do that or whether to just stream it, but I definitely want to put in some like longer grinds this year. Force myself to grind almost like XDWC, where once I set a good time I quite often stop, but I need to force myself to continue after I've set a really good time. I want to push myself, because I was almost top 50 2 years ago, and then I stopped pushing on RR and kind of just played whenever and stopped pushing times so much. And yeah, I think I want to go back to it and potentially pick maps that are going to give me good points as well. Because a lot of my pushing this year has been maps that don't actually give you any points. So yeah, I would like to improve my point scale. And potentially learn how to slick, because I suck at it. This is a map I might try for, because I do seem to be surprisingly good at rockets, considering that I can't even beat a medium difficulty rocket map in Quake 3, Bug 88 for anyone who knows it. I'm really struggling to beat that one for the War Cup this week. For some reason I'm good at rockets in Xonotic. And like everybody else who can do rockets can do it in both and doesn't have too much difficulty switching between them. I just cannot understand it. But I do understand rocket jumping in TF2. Now, I'm not very good at it because I haven't put much time into it, but wall rockets I can do alright. Floor pogos and like the bits where you're not allowed to touch the floor. Those bits I don't understand, but that's apparently because I'm shooting when I'm too far away from the ground, but I think that's because of like visual differences. It just seems like I'm closer to the ground because a soldier's like a short ass compared to the Xonotic and Quake character. Yeah, I can definitely improve a lot of my PBs. It won't even be about improving PBs, it's just about getting higher ranks. So whether that means improving an old run, or going for a whole new map that's more suited. This is such a pretty map. Yeah, since XWC I've been playing competitive Trackmania, which is round space, so it's all about consistency rather than grinding. And then I've started playing 100%. So it's a community project to complete every track that's on Trackmania Exchange, which is effectively their world spawn. And that's like not at all about consistency. It doesn't matter if you finish it in, you know, a 30-second track. It doesn't matter if you respawn a million times. No, I don't think I can make top 25. I really tried to get top 50 and the best I did I think was 53, 54 was the best I ever did. Oh, this is an interesting new route. I can't remember what the route was, but I'm sure that it was different. I know that you do yellow last. Oh, no, you do green last. You do yellow into there, and then green is just like here. It's a nothing. It's a nothing one, so you might as well do it last because it's pretty easy. So stressless. And coming out of yellow points you straight in the direction of it. I feel like that was a new route. No, I don't. I can get top 25, I think. If I really push, I can get top 25 on RR. Tracks, like fairly decent ones, but I don't think I can get top 25 overall. I think the best thing I ever did was not play HP, because even when I play not play relax running, always play RTG, because when I play Wall boosty. Yeah, wall boosting's fastest on this one. That's a mad map because you're going to get bugs every time you go around those corners. Yeah, I stopped myself playing on relax running with the 20-minute timer and went only for RTG because even if I AFK on there, if I AFK for a second to like check something on RR with a 20-minute timer, I come back and the game's ended. Whereas if I do it on RTG, I come back and I still got like 20 minutes left. Still got time to grind. I put 20 minutes into my own map to set the author time, and I was surprised how far by like seriously playing for 20 minutes. It's a good time. It's a lot better than the bike track one, because the bike track one I was burned out having mapped it, and I'd played through the map quite a few times, so I just took the best time that I had, you know, the one that was in the top corner of my screen. Because yeah, I'd burned out after HWC and then doing that, and yeah, it was mad. But for the new track, I did grind it. 20 minutes. I pretty much didn't play it while I was mapping it, and I certainly didn't play it seriously and like the whole way through. I'd just sort of like I'd teleport to bits, I'd flick around, and I've got a good run on it. I'm happy with the run. I think I can beat it. Oh, this is such a map. This is such a ridiculous map. You go one. Ooh, goes straight up there. Mad. It's so precise, and being able to do the jump in the right and get the spacing right with the speed without going too far wide. Chaos. This map is what happens when Cool has like 15 minutes before he's got to be somewhere. So he just makes a map in, you know, with his eyes shut, and out comes this masterpiece. Woe and Asdu have been fighting for each other's records. I'm sure that they're trying at this point. I mean, like, we saw the records at the start. We've got 2,174 records this year and 1,008 unique tracks. So, or 1,080, I think, actually. So half the tracks, so on average, every track has 2 records set on it, right? Let's say that. But there's a lot of new tracks that have only had 1 record. There's a lot of HP tracks that only have 1 record set on them, and no one else has improved on it. And then there's tracks where basically Asdu and Woe have been going back and forth. And then there's ones where Riffo's got like 5 in a row on his own, all gone back and forth with Akamoli and Amino on them. I wonder, because I have got the stats for all of the year. Let me see what I can do with some of these stats. I know that I should have done this before, but I think I might. BDF Comp 14 has a lot of back and forth. There's a lot with 3, 2, 3. Boza Wep and Boza itself. Lucy P2. I can't order it. I can order it, but I can't. Bug 73 BFG and Bug 73 BW. Riffo and Akimoli went back and forth on those two so many times. But yeah, there's so many tracks this year that have got some incredible records on them. It's been a phenomenal year for records. They just look too easy. Is this the... I believe this is a KZ track, which has an incredible history. If we start going up, then it is. Otherwise, it's just a B-hop track that looks a lot like it. Or potentially, I think I remember there was a video on it, on a KZ track, that looks a lot like this. And it might be this, it might not be. If it isn't this, then I think that track was inspired by a B-hop track. Ah, it's a remix. Okay. Anyway, there's a really cool video about it on YouTube. BKZ Gold B-hop. Oh, so it's a remix of a B-hop track. So is that last track a remix of the KZ track, or is it just the B-hop track? This is such a difficult track to get. I've been calling DeFrag maps tracks and Trackmania tracks maps. I'm very confused. Goblin on A1 race. No low airtime in this game, obviously. Ooh, that's some good low airtime, because yeah, you're going to miss the finish if not. Beautifully done. Nero, where would we be without Nero throwing his head over the top? RDK28, a good map. Good map indeed. Nero's strafing is so clean for someone with the ugliest circle jump in video game history. The worst part is I'm starting to copy him. I'm starting to sometimes throw over the top. I realised when I was playing on my laptop, a smaller mouse pad and like quite a small desk space. Over Christmas I was playing on my laptop at my dad's, and I started throwing over the top, and then it didn't stop when I came back to full massive mouse pad that I've got on this computer. And now I'm worried, like I'm constantly going, oh, have I got enough space? I've not got like a cable charging something that's impeding on my mouse pad space, because I don't want to be throwing over the top. Can't be doing that. No one will watch my streams if I'm making them feel motion sick. Oh, this is a good run. I was playing this at the same time. This is a difficult track. Somehow I finished this ages ago. But does Riffo? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, no, he'll do it here. So there'll be a stack here. Oh, that's impressive. Stopping in the middle to get the stack. There's limited ammo on this map as well, because it's a next run map, so it actually has limited ammo. So I assume Riffo will have perfectly counted out where he can take shots and which shots need to be taken where. Yeah, I'm impressed at older me for finishing that one. Or younger me? I'm impressed at past me for finishing that one with a pretty solid time. Like, it'll have been a clean-ish run. Not a complete stop at every jump. This is so clean. I love that the strategy is on the rocket map is to take the slick, whereas on the strafe it's not, because on the rocket map it slows you down just enough and you can't take the corner anyway, and then you can get back up to speed much quicker. Ooh, that's some really perfect spacing. Taking those bumps on the side, the side slanted. Oh, hit into that like an absolute sack of shit. Oh, did he not lose speed for 2 of those? That's incredible that he didn't lose speed at all. He's not losing speed hitting these. There he goes. That's mad, and he hits that again. If someone can figure out a way to not hit into those ramps at the end, that would be insane for that run. Hey, Liar. Happy New Year. Akimoli has done some really great records in rocket stuff. I'm glad he got a top 20 in XWC as well on the final map, because he's a really good rocket and combo player. And that just doesn't transfer to high scores on... Like, some of these tracks are on HP, some of them are on RR. And it doesn't transfer to good scores because there's not many points across the two. Thank you for the gift sub to Rain. And to Cool. What on earth's going on? Oh, not this track again. I love the Lotus Adele bidons, but... Ooh. I don't think we saw that one before. I also probably wasn't paying attention because I really don't care about these sorts of maps. Sky box? No, it's a sky bottle. That bottle, just random facts about cycling. That bottle, Lotus Adele, that's 2017 bottle, I think. The Tax bottle, I have one from 2006, and then one from 2016. In fact, the Lotus Adele one I've got is 2018, 19. Yeah. That bottle, not the branding on the side of it, but they've used the same design of like the plastic moulding for such a long time, and it is a good bottle. It has a good lid, it fills properly, it's just good. Oh wait, what? Oh, you gifted 5 subs. I forgot I don't actually have for multi-gifting subs. Thank you very, very, very much. I really do appreciate it. I should add one in. I need to copy that single gifted sub one to the... to do multiple. I never expected anyone to do anything like that. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Beautiful. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I want to see the route on this. I was playing this the other day. I hopped on for like 20 minutes. I was half-arsing it. Yeah. I was worried that would be the way that you do it. And yeah, that's really clean. I was absolutely mashing the wall. 1, 2, 3 walls. You know, off of 3 walls to get the turnaround there. That's just clean, and I knew I'd have to do that and get that cleaner, but no, it's absolutely mad. Yeah, as long as you're okay with gifting subs, there's never any need to gift subs or anything like that, because I entirely do this for shits and giggles. It's one of those things. I made the decision years ago that I'd simply just never make it as a streamer, and I was like, okay, I have more fun doing it for me. I watch these records and do this stream because I want to watch all of these records, is the thing. If nobody watched, I'd still be sat here watching them. You know. It's the same sort of thing with any video that I make. The reason I make the video, the reason I do the stream, is because I was going to do it anyway. And that always creates the best video. You can tell when a YouTuber doesn't want to do something that they're doing. You know, you can tell when they're bored with the game that they're playing, or when they're just not into it on that day. And sometimes they have to do it because it's a series that they're doing with other people, you know, in a multiplayer type thing, or it's a scheduled event. This has a crazy shortcut, actually. So you jump... What? Not going for the shortcut? Is the shortcut not faster? So the respawn out of the... If you miss one of these... is a slick pad, and the slick pad you then teleport, and the teleport is uncapped speed. So what JH did on last month's record, on the first couple of records, was left the jumped out, purposely missed on bounce 2. Oh, okay, the video's messed up then. But yeah, he purposely misses on bounce 2. I know I watched that video last month. Maybe I clicked a wrong button or something, or some of the records. There was a bit of a dodgy record reboot this month, so if there's any broken records towards the end that we're now in the sort of last 20 records in the playlist, or next month, it happens. It happens. Yeah. Yeah, there was a big breakdown of the database, and a whole bunch broke, and then the database got full. And that was the whole thing, because I got I went to download the data for the spreadsheets that I use for the stats and stuff for this. And oh wait, how 3 seconds? What? I don't understand that. I have no idea what was going on that track. I'm pretty sure it was like 17 seconds the last time I saw it. Vert going for individual climb worlds. Keeps saying he's not going for the overall climb worlds though. Yeah, when I went to get the stats, the server was completely... When it had ran, the server had wiped itself and had 0 stats, so it just had an empty spreadsheet. It was strange. But it got fixed pretty quickly, we just had to rerun the script. This is a horrendous horrendous start because you have to climb back up that start where he was stood on top of and the ramp that you jump off from. You have to just climb back up that at like 3 ups. I'm glad that gifting gives you joy as well. That's how it should be. It should be about giving stuff when it makes you happy. Is Riffo just guessing where he's going on some of these corners? He plays with a very look up, or not very look up, but a bit look up. Most people look down at their toes while strafing. You can see Riffo's looking, you know, above 90 degrees horizontal, which can mean that when you're falling down onto stuff, you can't really see everything. On that last track, some of the places he was going were pretty blind drops. Obviously you know because you're not doing these on the first run, so you do know where you're going, but yeah. Very nice run. Very nice run. This map's surprisingly tough. I think that was me for a second. I was on when he beat this record, but I'm not sure where I was. I was trying to be around, at the very least. This'll be a good run. This was already a very optimized record before this, so as long as this is a new record and not one of the re-uploads. But just watch how clean, like Goblin's not the best strafe, but he does get insane strafe percent, but he's not like dizzy levels of switch speed and strafe percent and keeping it on the gas and getting back on the gas as quick as Dizzy does, and the swaps between ADs. What Goblin does super well is these bits, the ramps. He'll barely lose any speed hitting the ramps, and then he'll get the perfect down ramp on the other way. I don't remember this map at all. I haven't played it though. It does help when I play maps. There's no way I'll ever remember the name if you ever tell me here's the name of the map. Just imagine, I'll take like 25 seconds to respond, and that's because I've just gone and looked up the video. Because I cannot remember maps. Nicely slicked. Bug W4. Ooh. Okay, that's a good cut at the start. I don't know if that was done before. This is definitely Asju's the kind of player that really goes for these sort of cuts on these sort of tracks. There's a lot of people that shy away from them at the end, but I think Asju has the mentality to just go for them anyway, and if you fail, you fail. You know, 360 in the middle of the run. Why not? Why not? You know, just go for it. Style points. Relaxed runner of the year right here. He's absolutely, you can tell he's relaxed doing this. You know, there's people that wouldn't even go for that. I get so nervous like 20 seconds into these tracks. So it's weird because that track, if you fall off the edge, you're done for. You get killed, you restart. So you have to do it without falling off the edge. There's no respawns. I get more nervous on those, even though a similar track with walls, I wouldn't want to touch the wall anyway, because that'd be slower. Even though I've got clean runs on 50-second long maps with walls, I'm so much more nervous on those other tracks. Even on the corners where you're not cutting the corner, you're just so worried about falling off the edge, even if like tapping a wall would be pretty much the end of your run. Here we are though, I believe this will be the last or possibly second last, but I think this is the last track that we're going to see this year of 2024. There are some more because of course this ended about Christmas. Morrow too busy to get the uploads, which is perfectly fine. We'll just roll them into next year. We'll see them in the January review. If this goes black in a second, it does indeed. There we go. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to everyone from the whole of the year with all of the records. From all 180 players for your 2,174 records. Thank you to everyone from the, can't remember how many it was, I think 20 odd, for 185 records this month in December. Thank you to everybody who has watched over this year. Happy New Year, happy strafing. Here is to another. This is 2 years of me doing these records. I didn't even think I'd make it to 1. Let's go for year 3. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, 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 very much for watching. And I will see you next month. Bye.